Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live on a Wednesday night, and I'm your host, Jake Johnson. And tonight, we're going off the rails. We're going off the deep end. We're going banana bread. It's going full tilt right here for your entertainment. And the question is, to ass mode or not to ass mode? What is that all about? Well, I've been wrestling with some things, and I thought, after not coming to a conclusion for my own self, that I would defer to my ladies and my gentlemen for your wisdom and ask you, ass mode or not ass mode? Now, you know me. You know my wit. You know I'm quick on my feet. And you know I'm also a team player. You know that I like to give everybody an opportunity. I don't respond to many of the attacks that come my way. But, you know, sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it gets you right there in the gonads. You know what I mean? And, yes, that's where I keep mine. And sometimes you want to respond violently, cut to the bone, like you know I can. But then I think, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should let it slide. Because, after all, I put myself in that position. And when you're a public speaker, when your face is known, you kind of got it coming. You're asking for it. So, maybe I should just let it go. What say you? Welcome to the show. Cold Creek Croft in the background says, ass mode or no? Well, in general, my grandpappy told me to avoid anything sphincter-related. I'm lurking in the background. Absence, yes to all. Amanda says, oh, by the way, Cole, you get the gold star. Amanda says, hi, Chet. Good to see y'all. Happy hump day. How you, Jake? How are tonight, love? How was your day? Wet. My day was wet. I spent the last 2 days pressure washing a big old deck. So, you know. But I got a nice hat, and I love it. Amanda says, hi, Cole. Cold Creek Croft says, I'm lurking in the background, freezing. I got you. I'm with you. I know where you're at. Not at all in a sphincter-related incident. Got it. Amanda says, Cole, here's your gold star. Amanda says, nice hat. Lisa Reen did good. She did real good. Look at this thing. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Great job, Lisa Reen. How are you tonight, sweetheart? And by the way, as a bonus, I got this lovely hat and this lovely hat to go with it. And I love them. I will cherish them forever. Thank you so much. Made my day. Cole says, I find that ass mode gets the best results at times, depending on the situation. More data, Lieutenant. Context as possible. Well, I don't want to say what the problem is because it's out in the open. So I don't want to blow my cookies before I chew them up. You know what I'm saying? But just know that you know me. You've listened to countless hours of me. You know where I stand. You know what I am. You know who I am. You know what I'm made of. I've hidden nothing from you. If you, as a friend of mine, a personal person, stuck me in the gut, how would you respond? I could take a lot. And I'm asking for it. It's not like I'm, lighting the loafers or can't take a hit. I can. I probably should let it slide. but it's just one of those things that's under my fingernail. It just won't stop hurting. Lisa Reen says, blessed evening to all. Hello, folks. Hello, Lisa Reen. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Like my hat? I do. Amanda says, hi, Lisa Reen. Cold Creek Croft says, Lisa Reen. Amanda says, good job on the hat, Lisa Reen. Very good job. It's fantastic. Fits well and everything. You got it perfect. Glad you like it. I'm even happier that it fits. It fits like a glove. You nailed it. All three of them. It's fantastic. Vika's Vade says, hi. Hey, Vika's, welcome back. Good to see you. Or welcome here. I can't remember. There's somebody with a name like yours I've seen before, but might not be you. But hello and welcome nonetheless. ATL Transparency, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Sometimes people say things just to talk. True, this was not one of those times. This was directed at me. You know? I bet it will fit under your helmet. That's the idea. Cold Creek Croft says, last night I interrupted 2 coyotes stalking a group of calves, able to get excellent pictures. Buckshot told me later, though, that they would never dare touch one if Big Mama was around. That's right. If Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. ATL says, hello, cast and friends. How are you, ATL? You doing all right? Good to see you. Amanda says, hi. Hi, Amanda, says ATL. Amanda says, hi, Vikas. Cole says, you be styling in that hat. Yes, I look like Tim Pool if he ate an elephant and turned white. I don't know, I'm just saying. ATL gives us a gentle reminder to hit that like button, everybody. It's free. It's right there in front of you, and it really does help us grow. And we are right there. We are right there. We're so close. I can taste it. There's a super chat button in the chat if you feel froggy and wish to use it. There's also a join button on one of these corners. You can hit that join button and change your life. You'll get access to things no one else has access to on planet Earth except for you. Do that. Also, check out our brand new Untethered Live Facebook page if you want to communicate with all the other people in Untethered land and share videos and pictures and get to know each other that way. That's a great place to go. Cold Creek Croft says, understood about the not being able to give details, but as mode is serious stuff. Hell with it. Do it. I say it's being considered. That's the instinct, eh? That's the instinct. The more rational side of me says, let it slide. You ask for this. Let it slide. But that warrior instinct in me says, cut him in half and chew on his bones. Lisa Reen says, guess I'm a bit lost. Who was an asshat to you, Jake? I can't talk about it. I'm posing the question in a nebulous way because I just want your reaction knowing me. You know me. You know what I do. You know how I respond to things. You've been watching me for hours. How do you think I should handle a direct jab to my gut? Should I let it slide because I'm a public figure and I should know better? I put myself out there so I know. I know that attacks are going to come. I know that people are not always going to understand me. I know that dare I say it, may say some things that are controversial. But, you know, sometimes it gets under my skin a little bit. Anyway, what would you do if you were me? Cold Creek Croft says the classic Seinfeld line, forget episode, but Kramer and Jerry were mad and plotting payback. Told to just let it go. They look at each other, consider it, and say, nah. Right? I hear you. That's my instinct, too. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't overstepping myself, because the one thing staring at yourself for hours a night can do is overinflate your own ego. That is a thing. I don't want to be doing that. You know, I want to pull back and just be humble. But I also want to stand my ground and be the person that I'm trying to be. Because I'm trying really hard to be it, you know. Amanda says, well, I say, if it bothers you, then say something. If it was a low blow, say something. It wasn't necessarily a low blow. It was a cowardly blow. Put it that way. I'll tell you this much about it. It didn't need to be said. It was weak. That's what it was. And I think that's why it bothers me, because it shouldn't have been. Amanda says, if it was said, then clearly it was one's opinion on their true feelings about you. Maybe. Not necessarily. Sometimes people say things out of fear. Sometimes they say things out of a gut reaction, a knee-jerk reaction. Sometimes they just say things like ATL said and don't mean it at all. But if somebody's holding a gun to your head, you can't assume they're not going to use it. You have to assume they're going to kill you. So at this point, you've got two choices. You can lay there and die, or you can kill the son of a bitch. That's all there is to it. Better to die like a lion than live like a pussycat. Amen. I like that. That's good. Amanda says it's very true. And there's the link to our brand new Facebook page if you guys want to check it out. I still need to get that HTML out of there. It is not necessary. You don't even need to know how to write code anymore. You just plug it in and it knows what to do. It's amazing. Cole says, but the last time I went scorched earth on a rat, it got courts, judges, jails, and deputies involved. I won in the end, and I just wanted the rat to meet me in the street like a rat. Amen. Yeah, I just want the respect I'm due. That's all I want. I feel like I've worked really hard in this world to be somebody, to be something of substance, you know. I am a nobody. Nobody knows who I am. That's fine. But if you know who I am, I want you to trust what I say to you, because what I say to you comes with considerable thought. It's not just out of my ass, you know. And so I feel like I've earned enough respect to garner that kind of reaction when I say something. Just like you and I disagree on things. And you can come to me and tell me you disagree with me, and that's fine. That's fine. But some people can't do that, I guess. Whatever. I'm over it. Amanda says, well, then you have to decide on the context and go from there. I did. I just did. You see it? It happened. Cold Creek Croft says, I also have red mode, which is beyond reason, control, but not aim or mouth can be good. But not aim or mouth can be good. Can be bad. Would there be witnesses involved? Oh, yes. Everyone will see. Yes. Now, I am an iron warrior, but I do that with my mouth. I talk. I mean, let's get real. I ain't fighting anybody. I'm 50 years old, pushing 50 years old. I'm close to 50 years old. I'm more than a decade old. I'm not fighting anybody. I will have a conversation with you till you're bloody, though. Amanda says, well, then you have... I read that one. Cole says, is it possible to have a reasoned conversation to pull this person aside and simply explain your ire? Sometimes people underestimate their asshatness. That is possible. and not without reason, that is possible, and I probably should handle it that way. But I do have a TV show, and it is sarcastic. So I'm thinking very hard on handling it that way, though, because like I said in the beginning, I am not trying to be that guy. I'm trying to be peaceful and put out a positive message, albeit a sarcastic one and an ironic one, but positive overall. Was it expressed publicly? You could say that. And you have an image to keep. No, I don't. If you don't know me by now, there's nothing I can paint for you that will make it work. I'm me. This is my image. Sounds like it was something public, but as a public figure, a response of some kind may be needed. That's what I thought. That's the conundrum. It could be a simple misunderstanding. I cringe at the idea that I misunderstood something, but it is possible. So I think I'm going to do both. I think that's the way I need to do it. I'm going to do the one first where I pull aside and talk in private. And then I'm going to do the other, because that's what that private talk is for, to let them know that it's coming. Maybe. You have to keep you, that's what I meant. Right. There he goes reading backwards again. Are the parties close enough that I could get a couple Northern Cheyenne enforcers to pay a little visit? Anonymously, of course. Nah, that's not necessary. It's not that kind of thing. This is all ego, and there's all cowboy and no hat, you know what I'm saying? That's all this is. This is not a problem. This is just a problem to me, because I overanalyze things and I think way too hard on stuff that most people wouldn't even notice. I spend days dwelling on it. That's just who I am. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Come on in. We're just chilling and talking about all kinds of things. If you don't like what your sister's saying, just ignore it, right? Well, it ain't my sister, but it might as well be. It's hard to do. I know your sister is cool, but what my dad would say, right? Now, I understood the metaphor. And it might as well be a sister. Let's call it a sister. A sister said something that should not have been said, given the fact that they are related to me and know me personally. And what they did was categorize me in a little box for fear of what I might say might be insulting to them. That's what happened. That's as far as I'm going. But my sister should know better. My sister has heard me say everything I say 1,000 times. But all of a sudden, we gotta categorize this to make sure it's not misunderstood and come back on me. Like I said, it's a little thing, a minuscule thing that should not be a problem. It's not a problem. But I'm the kind of person that needles in on things and can't let it go. But I probably need to let it go because it's a stupid little thing. We can fight her. I got you, says Rachel. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. No, I just need to know what your wisdom is. What would you do if you were me? Go ass mode or not? Because I can go ass mode with the best of them. However, if I do that, chances are there will be abrasions. It will not be an unscathed experience, like to the bone. And I know that already going in. Before I even do it, I know that. And I don't really want to go that far. But sometimes you just got to say something. Maybe. That's why you're here. Guide me. I need your assistance. Cole says, of course, if you're speaking to the choir, what's the point? How could someone else's misconceptions come back to affect you? Sometimes dismissing someone is best. Thank you, Cole. That's very collegiate. I appreciate that. What would happen if the shoe was on the other foot? Oh, undoubtedly, I would be scorched earth if it were the other way around. I mean, it wouldn't be, because have you ever tackled me before? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be pretty. But undoubtedly, if I did the same thing, somebody would be mad about it. Really mad about it. Let it go, says Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate the input. And I may just do that. I may just let it go. Because like I said before, I put myself in this position. I have it coming. You know, if I can't take a hit, maybe I shouldn't be a face on TV. Least said, easiest mended is what Mama would tell me. Thank you, Lisa Reen's mama. I think I'm starting to see where I need to take this. Just let it ride. You letting it go, says Rachel, to just proves her point or whatever she's trying to do. Right. Yeah, to me, it just letting it go just makes them right. That's kind of what's going on in the back of my head. Amanda says, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Or let it go. Whatever. Water off a duck's back. Well, that's a bunch of mixed signals. But I understand what you're saying. When have we ever crossed swords? I've never felt the same way about you. Wait, what? No, we have not crossed swords. There would be a lot of snow for that to happen. Rachel says, let it go. You have other problems to worry about. True. I meant you not letting it go, right? I understood what you meant. Dana, welcome to the show. Greetings and salutations. How is life on the other side of the planet? Fantastic, I hope. Cole says, honestly, you sounded like I felt about some of the more enthusiastic discussions we've had, especially when I was without tobacco in a manic mode. Yeah, I probably am taking it a little manically, yes. It's probably would not bother me at any other time, but because I'm trying some new stuff and because I've got a lot of pressure on me from the new stuff that's going on in the channel, I feel almost obligated to respond. And I might be being a little manic about it. And I'm willing to admit my character flaw in that I get a little bit attached to things sometimes. And I probably should just take a breath and let it go. Dana says, hi, Amanda. And Rachel says, so what would she do if you called her out? I'm guessing shrink in terror. She being a metaphor, by the way. You haven't been here a long time, so you hadn't really seen me go off the deep end yet. You will. But I'm serious as a heart attack and mean as a rattlesnake for the most part. And sometimes I can go deep. And people generally don't know how to take that or respond to it because it's usually like a tidal wave, you know. And I'm trying to not do that so much. It's one of the reasons I do debunking videos occasionally to get it out of my system. Because, you know, sometimes I can get angry with the world. But yeah, if I did do this, it most definitely will cause waves. Does it have a road rage vibe to it before you get to the point that you can't teach anybody common sense? Yeah, I don't know if there's any common sense going to come out of it. The best that I can hope for is to defend myself in such a way that it hurts like a toothache when I'm done. I really don't see any point in that, actually. Who is the her? It's a metaphor because I don't want to talk about the thing I'm talking about. Probably shouldn't be talking about it, but I do need guidance. So I figured who better to turn to than people that know me well enough. Rachel says, so she is like a sister to you, and she said something wrong about you or your character. Yes. Something that should not have been the thing you think when you think about me. Like, the best way I can describe this to you is that if you and I were together and some of your friends came up and I began to speak, how would you introduce me? And your answer to that will tell you why it bothered me. But for what reason, Jake? I have a lot of anger too, and it's only hurting you. That's true. That is true. My reason is because I live in a world that's fake, and in trying to understand the world in which I live, I've been disillusioned by its consistency of utter nonsense. And that kind of makes me mad a little bit because I expected something different. I don't claim to know everything. I know as popular belief is that this is a know-it-all. I am not a know-it-all. But the Venn diagram of things that I do know, there's a considerable sliver there. And so I endeavored a long time ago, many years ago, to understand the world as it is, not as the way people are obviously trying to make me see it, but the way it actually is. And I went down that rabbit hole with both feet. And I didn't come up for quite a while. And when I did come up, I was, for lack of a better word, disgusted. Disgusted with everything. So that's why I have a lot of anger, if that makes any sense. Who is her? A metaphor. I read that one. And that one. Cold Creek says, when we last left our hero, Jay has been dissed by a person that means something to his life in some way. Can't give too many details with sister or her as a metaphor for the antagonist of the story. Who? This guy? Just some rando hitchhiker? Don't mind him, right? So now you're starting to see. That's exactly what happened. Void Adventures, welcome to the show. What's up, buddy? Rachel says, wait, are y'all dating and she introduced you as not her boyfriend or something? Sort of. Yes, sort of. Not really, but sort of. That's the implication that we're going for, though. That's the only thing I can think of getting offended by. Right. Void Adventure says, why should I not mind him? There is no reason to not mind him. Huh? What? Who are you talking about? Amanda says, hi, Void. Foxman, welcome to the show. I enjoy what you do. No, I enjoy what you do know. Thank you, Foxman. I appreciate that. Rachel says, damn, right? So you see why it would jug at me a little bit. Void says, got my first job at Dairy Queen. Decent pay. It's enough to get by comfortable. Void Adventures, I am proud of you. Get out there and get it done. Learn to make that ice cream right. I know you're going to do good. If you keep that up in the next 5 years, you could be on your way to buying a house. Don't spend all your money, though. Amanda says, hi, Fox. Fox says, hi. Cole says, number 1, if it gets to this point, it's valid to consider a response. Number 2, if repercussions are an issue, pick the less hostile option, like talking to them, maybe reasoning, I think is what you're saying. All previous fails, then ass mode. I agree. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. And thank you. Rachel says, nope, you definitely need to say something, because if she can't introduce you as your boyfriend, she either embarrassed by you or hiding something else. Right. You got it. You understand. She is either embarrassed by me or is hiding a more dramatic problem, like, duh. Rachel says, nah, that's straight disrespect. That shows her true intentions. Exactly. And Amanda says, congratulations on your new job, Void. Definitely talk to her about that. I will. I'm going to. Who is she? I can't discuss that. It's private. Because the other party is, we're changing names to protect the innocent. Or some such. She's of age, right? Unless she's 18 and doesn't want her friends to know you are with her. Well, since you're talking about me, that's entirely possible, but no, that's not the issue. No, just the metaphor of what you're saying is right. It is not actually that kind of thing. I mean, if it's her good friends, maybe she is seeing someone else and she doesn't want them to know. Maybe. I don't think that's it, though. Like it was her best or close friends. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I'm just a lot. And sometimes I underestimate how that might affect other people. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe if you hire Jake Johnson, you should probably expect him to show up. Well, like I said before, Rachel, that's not exactly that kind of thing. It's the implication of what you're saying that's correct, not those exact circumstances. It's not actually a girl problem. But that's a good metaphor, and it works. I will honestly fight her. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, but that's not necessary. Political? Could be. Don't worry. I'm not. Thank you. Man, if really an issue of romance, then you ... are doomed. Nope, my romantic life is on lockdown, so. I'm like 4 hours from North Carolina, says Rachel. That's okay. It won't be a thing. Thanks for clearing that up, LOL. This is a respect issue, yes. It may be an honor issue. It may not be respect that I'm talking about. It may be honor. I feel like a contestant on What's My Line? Is this person bigger than a bread box? Go, whammy, go, whammy, go. Void says she most likely is over 18. Honestly, when someone asks me if I want to be their boyfriend, I ask for IDs. Because I'm a senior in high school and on my last week, and it's required at my school because of the past, right? Well, you should probably, protect that part of you anyway, because bitches be tripping, yo. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think this is a metaphor. We're not actually talking about girl troubles. Leave it alone. You are who you are. Thank you, Foxman. I agree with that too. I think the course of action that I'm going to take is to have a private conversation and just let it ride. Is it related to your employment in any way? Though that's kind of a loaded question that may reveal too much, unless you can eliminate it. Dun, dun, dun. I wish I had those like deal or no deal lights. Feel like I'm in the hot seat now, Cole. That was priceless, that comment. In that hat was so you. Which comment? Those damn neighborhood kids are riding their bikes across the front yard again, aren't they? Metaphorically speaking, yes, Cole. Those kids are whacking off in my tool shed. I assume that hat is lined with foil. You know it is. You know it is, brother. Bitches be tripping, yo. I hear you. I love the hat, by the way. Thank you very much. That made my day. I feel wonderful. I appreciate it so much. You just don't know. Does she ever join your lives? Yes. Oh, that reminds me. I finally got the question. Yesterday, I received a text on one of my Hyperbole videos. And it said, it's pronounced hyperbole. And it had the little definition with the dashes, hyperbole, with an emphasis on the O. And I was like, you have entirely missed the joke, my friend. So I'm going to have to address that too. Because apparently somebody out there who has heard me talk thinks I don't know the word hyperbole. Or that worse, I used it incorrectly to title my show. Cold Creek Croft. I can talk. Cold Creek Croft says, if the POIs were to disappear or suddenly go on vacation without telling anybody, would anyone notice? Well, what does POI mean? Person of interest? I got it. Never mind. Yes, they would notice. And it's not that kind of thing. I don't want to go that far. Just put some whiskey in your coffee and relax. You won't even be mad anymore, right? If I drank, that's what it would be. For sure. Cold Creek Croft says, is that hyperbole, or are you just happy to see me? I am happy to see you, actually. But yes, I couldn't believe somebody actually took that and thought that I was literally using the word wrong. I'm like, have you seen the show? Did you watch it? It's kind of obvious what's happening here. I'm the I'll buy that for $1 guy. I'll buy that for $1. Remember that guy? That's me. Rachel's all smiles. Void says, my great-grandfather used to tell me that he started driving at 7 and that there was no such thing as being allergic to any types of food unless it was poisonous. Well, there's something to be said for great-grandpa. He did live through the worst generation on planet Earth in a very, very long time. And I can tell you, straight up, he had a lot of wisdom. You should listen to what that guy says. Colin Hildebiddle, what's up, buddy? Jake, me and my papa loaded about 700 to 800 pounds of steel tonight. But when I got out of school, me and my mama took off 200 pounds. So hopefully we make a lot. Hopefully. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting that rent paid, buddy. It's awful cool that you're out there helping support your family. Rachel says, wait, does she join often? Yeah. Enough that, she's probably listening right now. Amanda says, hi, Colin. Lisa Reen says, whomever thought you didn't know the word hyperbole, they do not know you at all. Right. Well, I got the comment, so I'm going to have to do something. I think I'm going to do the same thing in return, do the little dictionary thing with the backwards E, hyperbole, but spell it B-O-W-L. It's pronounced hyperbole, from the Latin hyperventilaticus bolus. Something like that. Cold Creek Croft says, Colin, damn, dude, you must have biceps the size of nothing to me. P.S. Nothing on me. P.S. Friend, do not kill. Right, don't kill. Amanda says, LOL, Cole. Colin says, Cole, I sadly don't have biceps. You will. Don't you worry. You will. Got to go take a shower. Go wash your nads, buddy. We'll be right here. Void Adventure says, ghost, ghost, ghost. Who you gonna call? Colin says, see you, Colin. Amanda says, see you, Colin. Cold Creek Croft says, Amanda, I'm shoveling shale. Sounds like a song. Shoveling shale. Yeah, it does. And I can manage about 3 pounds at a time. I just have to rinse and repeat a few hundred times. Fire prevention skirt around the cabin. That's smart. Smart move. Done 15 miles of shoveling shale. Clinker shale. Shale. Danny says, I also don't have any biceps, right? I don't either. It's all forearm. How you doing, Dana? You doing good? Rachel says, I thought it was like an actual girlfriend. But honestly, just talk to her. Is she understanding? Possible. I don't know. Although apparently I'm impossible to talk to, so we'll see. Who knows? Anyway. Nope, it's not an actual girlfriend. It's just girlfriend-like. Were you wearing that hat during the event? No, I just got this hat, and I love it. I got some guns. I mean biceps, says Lisa Reen. We got them guns, baby. Look at that. You see that? That's hellfire brimstone. You see that? I'm scared of that one myself. Cloud up and rain all over you. Dana says, thanks for asking. I'm doing all right, I think. Well, that's good. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're happy and satisfied and comfortable and warm and enjoying the show. And then just give her a few days break. Wise counsel. Thank you, Rachel. I don't know what girlfriend like means. It has some of the similar circumstances. Were you wearing pants during this event? No, I was not. I'm not wearing pants right now. Remember the infamous Burger King drive-in incident? Eesh. I'll buy that for $1. Yes, I'm using girlfriend as a metaphor, says Amanda. Or she. Yeah. Somebody said something in reference to a sister as a metaphor, and I said, yeah, that's a good metaphor, so I went with it. Rachel says, oh, I'm slow. Thanks for clearing it up. You're welcome. No, this is a personal friend of mine who categorized me in a way that was offensive to me. And I didn't like it at all. And I don't know how to respond to it, which is why I posed the question, to ask mode or to not ask mode, because I can do both very well. Cole says, no, a general jackass that you can just dismiss or better, not give a rat's, well, what they think. Right. I guess I do care what they think because it's bothering me. Shouldn't bother me. Should just roll off my back like everything else does. But it is bothering me. So that's why I'm talking to you guys, because you guys are wiser than I'll ever be. Speaking of sorta, right? Boyd Adventure says there's this one guy on YouTube who drinks water with chopsticks. It's truly motivating, as his theme is patience is needed. He rushes when doing something that takes a long time. I can't imagine somebody drinking water with chopsticks, although I would imagine it would take quite some time to do that patiently. And it takes literal hours to do something that would take a few seconds or minutes. Maybe this guy's just really bored. I get the idea. And you're right. Patience. Be zen about it. I'm a public figure. I can't be getting into scandals. I get it. I got to relax. Take a breath. Shake it off. Cole says, I found a cow tail yesterday. Was it attached to a cow? That would be weird. Not a bunch of hair, but an actual tail tip. Had hollow core. More like a feather. But I digress. May I have this person's phone number? I take care of it live. Oh, well, thank you. And we'll just leave it alone. I appreciate that you all are eager to defend me. I can do this. I just wanted your opinion on the matter, because believe it or not, I am trying to be more Kwai Chang Kang, like roam from town to town solving crimes with my kung fu while being humble. You need whiskey. I probably need whiskey. Dana says, I welcome healthy criticism of my personality. It is very good to see how others see you. Correct. Which is probably what's bothering me, because I didn't expect that. I mean, like I said before, how would you introduce me to a friend of yours? If you can answer that question, then you can see where the problem lies, because it was not what I expected. When in doubt, always fall back on your number one rule, Jake. What would Jean-Claude Van Damme do? A split, probably, and then some big face and shake his lips around. Well, personally, or honestly, I would wait for the person trying to pursue you to go ass mode, and then you could go ass mode in defense of yourself. That's wise. Know thy enemy. I got it. Sun Tzu. The Art of War. I'm back, Colin. That is amazing. I'm forward. Right, Rachel. Just ask why she thinks of me like that and that I didn't like it. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do is have a private conversation and air it out and say, hey, look, you know, I'm trying to do a thing here. I didn't like that. So maybe we could not do that again. But then that would make me presumptuous, and I don't want to be that either. So, I mean, I think I know where I stand, but I would like it a whole lot if you knew where I stood. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are adults. Right, we can talk like adults. None of this high school stuff. Quit gossiping and go handle it. I got it. And if she can't talk about it, then she isn't mature enough or care enough about her relationship with you. Very wise. Thank you. Colin says, but anyway, I started to load. And anyway, I loaded one of those lawnmower trailers all by myself. Well, Colin, that's fantastic. We're going to make a loader out of you yet. Cole says, P.S. His Netflix series, Jean-Claude Van Johnson, is superb and always a perfect mix of drama, comedy, and absurdity. I might actually enjoy that. I've never watched it because I thought it would probably be garbage. But if you say it's good, I'll give it a look. I do like Jean-Claude Van Damme of the 80s. I don't know what he's turned into now, but we'll see. And yes, I picked it up correctly with your legs and not your back. Got it. Good man. Protect your back or you're going to drop an O-ring. You know what I'm saying? Rachel says it's not presumptuous. She clearly sees you in a different way. If you don't like something, you should be able to talk to her about it. I agree. Cole says another rule, but serious. Of all the options, what feels like the hardest? That usually means you're standing up to your character versus emotions, right? That's the one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be presumptuous, and I don't want to overstep, and I don't want to overreact, which is why I'm discussing it, because ordinarily I would have just responded immediately like with, scalpel-like precision, but I thought that probably would be the wrong move. So I figured I better air it out first, look at it from all the angles, and then make a decision based on wisdom and not emotions. Richard Duggan says, what I miss? No, nothing much. Girl troubles, but not girls. You could say it's trans troubles. Colin says, Cole, guess what? Cole. Amanda says, hi, Richard. Richard says, hi, Amanda. Colin says, I finally got a pallet jack. Yes. Now all you need is a come along to go with that pallet jack, and you'll be in business, buddy. Cole says, by the way, there's another JCVD parodies of sorts, and did not expect much more from this, but laughed out loud consistently. Excellent cast, and not one moment of disappointment. By the way, there was another JVCD parodies. What was it? The last good show that I saw that he was in was called Welcome to the Jungle, I think. Something like that. Welcome to the Jungle. That was a movie, like one of those straight-to-DVD type movies. And it was pretty good. But then I saw the documentary JCVD, which was off-putting. Turns out it was actually clever. And it was a very good surrealist idea, but I didn't get it the first time I watched it. I thought I was watching a movie, and it tripped me out a little bit. But after I watched it a couple more times and understood the comedy behind what he was doing, and this was way highbrow for Jean-Claude Van Damme, not something you would expect him to do. And I finally realized what it was. It was an absurdist, introspective reflection on oneself to lay bare what you actually are. There's a whole lot going on in that movie. If you watch it, JCVD is the name of it. Just understand you're not watching reality. You're watching surrealist reality. It's absurd on purpose. Kind of like the Hyperbole. Rachel says, I mean, if she said something very offensively that damaged your character in front of her friends, that's really messed up. Well, it was not very offensive, and it did not damage my character because I have friends too. But it could put the wrong light on me, and I didn't like that. So, I'm overreacting. I know I am. Colin says, but I'm worried when it rains. Will the jack sink into the mud? Yes, it will. Colin, well, that would help. Yes. And Colin, since you're here, let's talk about conversational skills. That when you're in a room full of people, join into the conversation that's being had. But also, make sure that you tell your side of things, too. Just not always. Have a point of view. Have a perspective. We're all ears. Rachel says, Jake, you were obviously shocked by whatever she said. You're voicing your opinion to this person is not overreacting. Thank you. Wrong image, says Amanda. Sort of, yeah. Not wrong. Some other person, not the person you're talking about. You know. Way wrong. Rachel says, if she says you're overreacting, she is gaslighting you. Probably. Colin says, Cole, what do you think? What do you do for work, Cole? See, that's great. Ask a question. That's beautiful. What do you do for work, Cole? Cole says, yes, same response to the JCVD. That's why I wanted to make sure I noted it was 100% better, like all those other ideas done right. Right. The first time I saw that movie, I didn't know what to expect, and when I saw it, I was taken back. I was like, this sucks. What is this? Because I didn't get it. But upon rewatching it, I had to rewatch it because it left me kind of confused, and I don't like that. I like to know at the end of a thing, you know. So I watched it again. And the second time around, I was in a different headspace, and I was being observant, and I realized this is an absurdist point of view. This is Jean-Claude being artful. I didn't think that was possible. I thought all he could do was kick and do the splits. No, he's actually quite thoughtful. And what he put on screen was a very introspective look at himself. He was being self-reflective in this movie and pointing out the absurdity of being Jean-Claude Van Damme in public. And it was at a time when he was very low. He had a lot of problems and probably some drug situations and going through a divorce, and he had lost his movie career. So this was actually him reflecting on himself, and I thought that was great. It was really, really highbrow, really intelligent. Cole says, Colin, I am a freelance writer, retired acute care EMT, and now operating best as I can a small farm in a remote Powder River County in Montana. Man, I came far to be able to say that. Yes, you did. And you're doing great. Rachel says, the fact that you have to think about it, you can bring it up to her, says a lot. The fact that you have to think about if you bring it up to her or not says a lot. Yeah, I think in some cases, rather than reacting, I should be more self-reflective, and that's what I'm trying to do. As I was just talking about, I'm trying to make a correct decision and not do something drastic. So, have you ever hauled off junk or what? Colin or me? I'm guessing the answer is yes to both accounts. As a farmer. Oh, so you're talking to Cole. Cole, have you ever hauled off junk? Cole says, I only stumble on this place 2 years ago. Hack farmer for sure. And yes, tons of metal, etc. equipment around here I recover. Be right back. Got a gate to close. Don't let them cows out. Foxman says, that hat is pretty nice. Lisa-Reen did a wonderful job. Yes, she did. It's beautiful. And as a bonus, she sent me this hat, which is more like the toboggan style. And this hat, which is like the dome cap that I like to wear, like the one I got on. And this hat fits beautifully. Dana says, I have seen very funny YouTube avatar of someone. It said Jean-Claude's damn van. Right? He probably has a van too. He's the van kind, I think. Jean-Claude's damn van. I like it. Colin says, Foxman, me and my pappy loaded the barrel. Wow. Rachel says, yes, but whatever your relationship is with her, no matter what it is, y'all should be able to talk about feelings. Stop putting the blame on yourself. You have a right to feel what you feel, how you feel. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And I wouldn't say it's blame, per se. I mean, I do put myself out there, and I am kind of asking for it. And I am being cynical and sarcastic and ironic and a little poking the finger at the proverbial sacred cow. So I'm kind of asking for it, and I got it coming. So I should be able to take a hit every now and then to my character and withstand it with ease. But sometimes certain people make you feel a certain kind of way about it because those people are supposed to be close to you in a way that they should know better than to say that. And that's why it bothered me. Not because it was said, because I don't believe it, and neither did the person who said it, I don't think. But it just hit me the wrong way, and it's been with me for a few days. So it ain't going away. I need to respond. But how to respond? Ass mode or not? And I'm leaning strongly towards not. I think I'll let this one ride. Oh, MG, Lisa-Reen made those hats? Yes, ma'am. Lisa-Reen's talented fingers was all over my skull cap. If you know what I mean. Liam John, 6464. Why the quotation marks with the word her? Because I'm obviously a transphobic moron. Or maybe I'm talking in code and her is a metaphor. That's probably what I'm doing. I'm just guessing, though. Hi, welcome to the show. Ass mode for sure, says Richard. If not, it'll happen again. I'm just saying. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Which is why that's a possibility in the first place. Because I know that if I don't address it, they won't even notice that it happened. Or that it had an effect. So, you know, I'm trying. Amanda says, I'm going to go with code. Probably so. Foxman says, ass mode usually makes you look like an ass, at least in my case. Well, according to the popular demand, I am an asshole. So, at least that's what people keep telling me. But I'm a lovable asshole. Amanda says, agreed, Richard. And Cole says, is there any third party that could act as a intermediary? I suppose that would be possible, but not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I understand, says Liam. Great show, by the way. Thank you, sir, and welcome. Come on in. Join the conversation. What say you? Ass mode or no? Short version, I have the opportunity to be a complete asshole. Should I? Or should I keep my mouth shut and be a normal guy? Foxman says, LOL. Jake, I am wondering when I turn 18, should I buy a dump trailer and a cat skidder and drive around and pick up scrap for money? Or should I save up my money? Well, my advice to you, Colin, would be to save every penny you earn and only spend what you absolutely have to. But if you spend money, put money back. Because when you turn 18, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is scraps. You're probably going to be thinking about something that has a tail, if you know what I'm saying. And it helps to have money when those things occur. So save your money. Richard Duggan says, catch-22. Yes. Yes, it is. Cole says, since you've been thinking of it, if you did go full ass mode, do you really know what you would say? Every word. Yes. I know exactly what I would say. And it would be in depth. And it would prove my point and exonerate my character and make the recipient feel about that big. Which is why I'm pondering it, because I don't think that's necessary. Like I said, the other person didn't even know they did anything wrong. Or I don't think they did. They may have, but I don't think so. Rachel says, don't be an ass. Whatever she said, you being an ass just proves her point. Maybe. But my wallet will always be empty if I get a girl, says Colin. Not if you save your money. If you save your money and then spend it wisely, you will always have something to fall back on when you get a girlfriend. And she will be appreciative of it because it proves that you know how to save money and be responsible, which is what all girls are into. They want a man who knows how to handle himself in the world, not a man that goes willy-nilly and blows all his money. They want to know that if it came down to it, I mean, this is in the first 10 seconds that you meet a girl. Within 10 seconds, she's thought about these things. If I were to get pregnant and have a baby with this person, could he feed us? Could he keep a roof over our heads? Is he strong enough to protect us? And then later in that conversation in her head, she's thinking about whether or not you're attractive, because that, believe it or not, is on the back burner of what she needs. If that helps. So save your money. Bill, welcome to the show. I'm from Rogue River, Oregon. Anti-woke outpost. Dog, your hyperbole is cool and important in the world. Thank you, Bill. That's grateful. And I appreciate it. I'm grateful. That's awesome. I'm grateful. That's what I meant to say. I appreciate that. And keep a lookout. More are coming. Now, if you hang around a while and you like what you see and you would like to get all the hyperboles the minute they come out, hit that join button, because that's one of the perks of being a member, is that you get everything I make the minute it comes out. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait a month to see each episode. A week to see each episode, but a month before they come out. So they'll be a month old when you see them, is what I'm saying. But you can see them. And thank you, and I hope that you enjoy each one I put out. Rachel says she's probably happy it's bothering you this much. Don't give her that power. She is probably not even thinking about it. I agree with you. I think you're probably right there. Colin says, that's why I'm a wait until I have a couple of grand to get a girlfriend. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you do that, you're never going to get a girlfriend, because something will always take precedence. Get the first girl that shows you some attention. And I don't mean the first girl that you can talk into showing you attention. Look for the girl that looks at you. If she comes towards you, she's a keeper. Bill, any springers show up yet? Says Foxman. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I welcome it. Colin says, but you know Women nowadays worry all about the money. Well, you don't want one of those. Those are the wrong kind of women. There are women out there that could care less if you worked at McDonald's as long as you were working and could take care of the family. And that's the kind you want. If a girl's telling you that you have to make a certain amount or whatever, that's all she cares about. And that ain't the kind of thing that you want to connect yourself to. Don't treat women based on how they treat you. Treat them with respect and dignity. But don't put up with none of that gold digger stuff, because they'll all take advantage of you if you let them. All the ones that act that way. Not all women are like that, though. But she should also be able to bring money to the dinner table. No, that's your job. Her job is to provide the dinner table. Your job is to pay for it. Cold Creek Croft says, okay, then boil that down to the core issue. 1 or 2 Anthony Hopkins style admonishments. Sharpen it to razor's edge. Serve it cold and quick with fava beans and Chianti. I don't know what those 2 words mean, but it was in a movie, so I've got it in here. Razor says, so, does exonerating your character to her mean that much to you? Barely. It does, but it doesn't. Because ultimately I know where I stand, I know who I am, and anybody that loves me will know that too. I'm okay with that idea. It's not that my character was attacked. That's not the problem. The problem is who attacked it. Liam John says, just tell her how you feel about the situation. Be open and honest. Thank you, Liam, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Rachel says, if you said she doesn't know she upset you, you being an ass will come across as really bad to her because she was taken aback that you feel that strongly about it. Whatever she said. Bill says, I'm dumb. What's a Springer? Right? That's what I thought. I don't know what that is either. I mean, I know what a Springer is in context of what I know, which is a motorcycle with springs on the front of the handlebars, but I don't think that's what he was talking about. Or it could be a Jerry Springer, and in that case, Amanda says, like, subscribe, share, join, and support y'all, please. Jake needs your love. Jake says,
Feed Jake, now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, feed Jake, my best friend, right through it all.
Feed Jake. Yeah.
If I die before
Where is April at? There you go. Where is April and Kevin at tonight? That's weird. They're probably at a Kenny Chesney concert. Cold Creek Croft says, forget what he said. Colin Hildebiddle, go for the woman who chills you very spine, whose every look means everything. Love, not a willing volunteer. That's exactly what I said. What do you mean forget what I said? That's the same advice I just gave. I just did it in a more 13-year-old way. In reference to Salmon. Oh, I still don't know what you mean. Salmon Springer? Springer Salmon? Is that salmon? Like the fish? He's talking about fishing. I got it. See, I'm slow too, Bill. Not all women, Colin, just saying, right? Not all women are like that. Facts, Amanda. Rachel says. Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, sweet meat? Just chilling. How you doing? Bill says, getting there. Dana says, I agree, Jake. Thank you, ma'am. Cole says, of course, that didn't work out for me, but let's just say I could die right now without any real complaints. Well, it's always wonderful to be in love, but it's even more wonderful if that love is reciprocated. Colin says, okay, fine. I'll listen to your advice. You should. I've only been married 5 times. I am a collector. I think I've figured it out by now. Foxman says, Colin says, okay, I read that one. Richard says, yep, girls love money. I'm just saying again, right? Men love money too, Richard, says Rachel. Just saying. See how she flipped that around on you? But watch out, Rachel's quick. Richard says, LOL. Rachel says, what person doesn't love money? Well, they say that money can't buy you happiness, and that's true, but money can buy you a jet ski. And have you ever seen anybody frowning on a jet ski? Try it. It's not even possible. Dana says, I agree with Jake on the subject of a man providing and protecting his wife, and wife taking care of him with love and the household. Yes, ma'am. But just like the wisdom of that is, if you're a guy, then you should know right up front that that's your job. Above all other things is to be a provider for your family and to make sure they're taken care of before anything you need. But if you're a girl, you need to know 2 things. Number 1, it's your job to make a home and make it peaceful for that man. But number 2, and more important than number 1, don't follow morons. If he's not worth it, you don't follow it. Don't get with some guy that's going to beat on you or call you names or make you feel small. You get a guy that will lay it on the line without question and do it because he cares. That for no other reason. If you find that guy, you marry him today. Don't even wait. But do not follow morons, because there are a lot of guys out there not worthy of that love. Colin says, I'm drinking a Mountain Dew. Baja Blast. I don't care for that one. I like the orange one, the Live Wire. That's the only one that they came out with that's any good as far as I'm concerned. I can drink a Code Red, but I get tired of them quick. But nothing beats a good old Mountain Dew. Amanda says, Kenny Chesney concert is Saturday. Well, then where are they? Cold Creek Crop says, ultimately, it's too critical not to know if this is dealing with a woman or not. I would approach it completely differently. If it's a dude, I'd have dealt with it at the same time or soon after, right? It's just one of those things, man. Dana says, Rachel Floyd, money is a necessary tool, not to love it. Right. It is not money that is the root of all evil. That is a misunderstanding of the text. It is not the love of money. It is not money that is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. It's greed. It's lust. It's corruptness. It's willingness to do anything to get more of it. That's what's the root of all evil. Dana says, yes, Jake. Lisa Reen says, I wish somebody would have taught those rules to the man I married. Me too, Lisa Reen. I can tell that you're a good woman and you deserve a man that would treat you just like that. And I'm sorry he didn't. Amanda said, well said, Jake Love. Foxman says, Kenny Chesney, good show. It's all right. I was a fool in love over and over. That sounds like a song. Amanda says, I was a fool too, Lisa Reen, but only truly in love one time. Well, love is one of those things that you can only do one time. Because every time you fall in love, it's different than the last time you fell in love. It's always different. It's always something different about it. Something not like the last time. You feel something completely different. Sometimes it's a head swimmy kind of thing. Sometimes it's a nervous stomach kind of thing. Sometimes it's a powerful, aggressive thing. It's always different. So you only love one time. But here's the thing that women need to understand. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys about it, because you're all of age and you're not young and impressionable. But if anybody happens to see this that is young and impressionable, you need to know this. Every time you give yourself to a man, you get closer to losing the ability to imprint on that man. Women imprint like ducks do. If you imprint on somebody, that means that that person holds the highest rank in your mind forever. Your first kiss, your first love, your first whatever, that stays there. It stays with you your whole life. Every single time you do it, you lose that ability. And if you do it about 5 times, you can't do it anymore. And that's what's wrong with the world today. Because somebody forgot to teach the young girls that that was a thing, and they went out and got all crazy. And now you got an entire generation of girls that don't have the ability to connect with somebody for life because they are run through like a pincushion, and that's not a good place to be. That's why virtue is so important to protect. It's literally the most valuable thing you have. And I wish more people would teach young girls that, and young guys what they're playing with, because that's a very powerful thing to have one imprinted on you forever. And you should not put yourself in that position unless you have the responsibility to nurture that imprinting. That's just the way it is. Colin says, but anyway, the industry, some people I watch on YouTube make $500+ in an hour. I know, right? Because their fans super chat. I do not make $500 in an hour or even in a week. But I'm young and mature. You are that, Colin. No, I'm so close to being in that ballpark, Colin. I just hadn't quite got there yet. There's a couple of things I got to cross over. Friday should take care of one of them because I usually get a lot of subscribers on Friday. And I'm right there at 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I knock over that list, it's good to go for the monetization thing. And I also got to reach $100 in funds before they'll turn it over to that thing that you can make money with. So I'm there. I just hadn't crossed the line yet. No, from scrap. $500 an hour from scrap? Nope. Not unless they did all the work beforehand, because today, now it didn't used to be this way, but today you got to break all your scrap down into individual parts. Like you got to strip the copper wire. You got to break, if anything's got bolts on it, you got to take all the bolts out of it. You got to separate your metals into the different types of metals. If it's a computer or something like that, you got to break out all the stuff and separate everything. You literally can't do it all in a day's work if you make that much money. But you can make good money. Dana says, Jake, I need a little prayer for next Wednesday. Sure. What would you like? I'll give you everything I got, and so will everybody else here. If they pray. Please hit that like button, everybody. There's 14 people in chat, but only 4 have hit the like button. We need all the help we can get around here, so thumbs up. Lisa Reen says, what's going on next Wednesday? And Colin says, I'm saying, like if they broke it down beforehand. Right. Well, that's labor that they're not getting paid for. So when you say they're making $500 an hour, that means that they made $500 when they drove up there and dumped the load off. But the other hours spent breaking it all down, they didn't get paid for that. So it's a little disingenuous for them to tell you they're making $500 an hour, because they're not. They might have made $500 in that hour, but they spent a lot of time getting to that hour. And also, Jake, can you pray for me? I sprained my ankle. Yes, Colin, I certainly will. Father, please put your hands on Colin's ankle and bring him back to full health and full strength. And we ask, Father, that you take care of all of your people, all of your sheep, all the people who choose to follow you. And we ask, Father, that you give your wisdom and guidance to them all. Thank you in Jesus' precious name. Amen. I hope that helps, Colin. And Father, whatever is going on with Dana, and we know you can reach all around the world, we ask that you touch, guide, lead, and direct her life and give her the blessings that she requires, because she's good people and she loves you dearly and she deserves your attention. So we ask, Father, that you help her out in whatever she needs, but most especially next Wednesday. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' precious name. Amen, amen, and amen. You're welcome, Colin. And Dana. What's going on, everybody? Are you having fun yet? Look at my hat. It's fantastic. Like my mustache. See how it matches? Perfect colors. Perfect camouflage. I love it. Uh-oh. Getting low on the caffeine. Please hit that like button, everybody. While you're sitting around pondering the events of tonight, why don't you do me a little favor if you could? Where's my thing? Oh no, I've lost my thing. There it is. I found it. I found my thing. Richard says, I did the scrapping thing in 1997. Copper was $1 a pound, right? And Dana says, I was invited to talk to the students of Charles University in Prague, Czech Republic. It is a forum for 2 hours, mainly Q&A. Thanks for the prayer, Jake. Well, Dana, I've heard you talk in chat. I've seen you put ideas together. I have no doubt in my mind that you are well within the parameters of intellect to be able to pull that off without a hitch. I know you'll do a great job. And think of us while you're up there, because we'll be right behind you. And I would love it if anybody happens to film it, that I find a copy of it, because I'd love to hear you talk. I hope you still have your thing. Me too. What would I ever do without my thing? Colin says, oh, and the scrapyard, there's a Mexican dude. We're good. Friends, but every time we see each other, him and I always flex our arms and say, much power. You go, boy. You show him who the man is. And Fox says, I feel like scrap is a good side gig, especially if you can hold on to the precious metals until the market is good, but so many other ways to make money, right? Mucho power. Andale. Hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. It's right there in front of you. It's free, it's effortless, and it really does help the channel with the algorithms. Helps us get recommended to other people. Won't you do that, please? Take a moment and ponder whether or not you got what it takes to hit that join button. Only the special can, and I know you are. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family, make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave comments down below and let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critical. That's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you dig what's happening tonight, won't you consider hitting the Super Chat button and leaving a little tip? And if not, if you just want to support the channel privately, you can do that by going to paypal.me/jakejohnsonband. Or if you're a CashApp user, $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing to me. It's a blessing to the channel, but it's a blessing to you too. And as always, I'll answer all your questions and comments and be everything I can be to be worthy of that support. And I'll start right now. Oh, there's a $20 Super Chat. Thanks for wishing me good luck, Jake. Thank you, Dana, and thank you for the Super Chat. I appreciate it. Means a lot, sweetie. And you can say that you helped the channel immensely because your Super Chat just knocked me over the mark for me to start being able to monetize my channel and make money. So I appreciate that. Now all the Super Chats I got before I'll actually get. So thank you for that. Thank you for helping out. This is a viewer-funded show, much like PBS, and we're brought to you by viewers just like you. So if you like what I do and you want to see more of what I can do, consider supporting the channel. If you support what you love, it does not go away. Simple as that. Amanda says, way to go, Dana. Thanks. Dana says, Lisa Reen, much love. And I love you guys. You're awesome, each and every one of you. I can't stand it. You're so cute. Right there on my screen with a big heart right in the middle of your words. Not the best design decision, I would say, but whatever. If you saw what was on my screen right now, what I'm doing underneath the camera, you would be like, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot. And there's one up there, too, with a lot of stuff on it. Colin says, dude, his biceps are the size of my calf or bigger. Watch out for that fella. He might grab hold to you one day, and then you're going to tie up with him. And it says, Amanda Big Heart. And Colin says, dude, that guy's biceps are as big as my calf, if not bigger. Didn't you just say that? I thought you just said that. Well, I'm very excited. Moving on up in the world. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Invisible Drink. Should be a sponsor. Mr. Invisible Drink. I like it. Well, you guys have been very helpful with me tonight. I appreciate all of your advice and all of your thoughts. It means a lot. I will consider it deeply before I act or not act. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. And I'll be the same for you if you ever need it. I am pretty good at giving advice. I just ain't good at following it. Rachel says, yes, I got that, Dana. I get that, Dana. But some people do love money and only use people for it. Men or women. True. But they succumb to the people that love money, and that's not a good thing. Never let money be your motivation for anything. Yes, you have to have money to survive and do things in the world, and you have to make money. Be content with what you have. Don't let it drive you and ruin your life or focus you towards anything away from God. Always be thankful for what you get. Always be appreciative to how you got it. And know that you wouldn't have got it without the hand of God in your life. That's how you got it. That's why you're able to do what you do. And if you don't believe that, just wait till your luck runs out and you're sitting there at the house wondering where all the opportunities went that were there yesterday but just don't seem to be here now. I could go out and if I wanted a car, I'll give you an example. when I was younger. If I wanted a car, I'd just go get one. How did I do that? I just worked my way into it. I'd go out, I'd find one, I'd go around and find the money to make it, and then I'd go get the car. You ask anybody that knows me, I never, ever needed money. That's not the same anymore. You have a finite amount of luck, and then you got to start working. God will hold you up for a little while. But after that, you got to find your own resources. And so, always put money where it belongs in the I need to have that to get my bills paid category. Don't ever put it in the I need more of that so I can be powerful category. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Render unto God what is God's. Lisa Reen says, so now when anyone super chats you, you get to keep the money? Yes. And I could keep it before. It's just I couldn't get it until I reached a certain amount of money. And once I cross that threshold, then I can get paid. So, you know how that works. But now that I just did, the next thing is to get paid. But after I've crossed that threshold, which is one of the things you have to get to, because they want to make sure you're a serious contender before they put you in the YouTube partner program. So there's a few things I got to do. Like I got to be at 1,000 subscribers, which I'm hoping to render Friday. I've got to be able to reach that $100 threshold, which I just did. I've got to have 4,000 hours of view hours of my videos, which I have. And I've got to do a few other things. All those things come into play, and then I start getting into the ads and stuff where I can actually make a little back from the channel. And I don't know how long it'll take to where I can make a substantial amount, enough to live on. It may take a while. It may take another 2 years to get to that part. But we're working on it. And I'm expanding and doing more content and stuff like that. So hopefully in a very near future, I will be able to focus 100% on the channel. That's the goal anyway. And when I get to that place, I'll be making content for you guys, the likes of which you've never seen before. But I got to get there first. Right now, I still have to have a job. So, but yes, I will get to keep, and I do get to keep. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the divide is, because I think when it comes to the memberships, YouTube keeps 30% of that. I don't know if it's the same way with Super Chats or not. I'll have to wait to see what I get paid versus what I have received. But then I'll know. But I would say it's probably 30%. But I get to keep the lion's share of it anyway. Colin says, please excuse my French, but I seen someone scrap a 9,000-pound motor with a big armature. It'd have to be a big armature. That's a big motor. 9,000 pounds? What was it a motor of? Lisa Reen says, ass has 2 S's, Colin. So that was Spanish, not French. You see what I did there? Dana says, Rachel Floyd, unfortunately, those people lost their integrity, dignity, honor, and decency. They have no character. That is true. A lot of people give up character in favor of profit, and that is not a good thing. Amanda says, I agree, Lisa Reen. Foxman says, depends on your content. What you mean? Depends on my content in what way? I guess I'm not following. Rachel says, damn, 5 times. True, Dana, 100%. Colin says, it was a ship generator. Oh, wow. That is a big motor. I have seen a couple of those. They are big. Foxman, what are you talking about? Depends on your content. You mean whether or not you like it? Or whether or not I'll be able to make it? Or what? No, I have the capability to make full-fledged movies. I've got all the stuff for sound and for audio. I mean, for audio and for video and effects. I just don't have the time. If I had the time, though, I'd be putting out content on a daily basis. I'd Tim Pool this joker. I ain't got the hat, see? How much money you make, right? Well, it's also true that it's not a fair system. So some things people get away with, and other things that have certain leanings, other people that have certain leanings, they don't get away with those things. So that will be an issue. The getting demonetized for my opinion will be an issue most likely. But I won't shy from it. I will tell you what I think regardless. And how many subscribers I can draw, right? Well, so far I'm doing all right. Could be a little better, but we're getting there. Well, congratulations on reaching that point here on YouTube, Jake. God bless you. Thank you, Lisa Reen. And I hope he does. And God bless you, too. And I know he'll do that. But thank you for saying so. And I'm worked hard for it, so it's about time it starts putting back a little. Because all this stuff is unbelievably expensive. My mama's boyfriend and I loaded a big diesel tank, and it was 150 to 200 pounds. I bet. Hey, go by and check out our new Facebook page, Untethered Live Facebook page. The link's in the chat if you guys want to do that, and you'll be able to talk amongst yourselves, share videos and pictures and ideas and thoughts, and also get notifications when anything changes in the system here. Because I am on more than one platform, if you don't know. So if you wish to view it on another type of screen, go check it out. There's at least 11 other places. But this is by far the most successful. Runner-up would be the green one. You know the green one? That one? Colin says, Fox man, I don't know. Really, it wasn't mine. Well, whoever that person was to come in and gave me the compliment about the Hyperbole was very nice. I appreciated that a lot. More to come. Mondays at noon. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da. Lisa Reen is all smiley faces. All right, boys and girls, we have reached the top of the hour, and I am tired, so I got to go home and go to bed, and I'm halfway there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for all your input and all your honesty. Thank you for caring. It means a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I can't wait to make more content for you, and I'm going to right here. So be on the lookout for that. As of me right now, I got to pass out. So Amanda says, night all, see you Friday. Dana says, Jake, stay with what you do. Many creators think that the background music while they speak or some video effects is cool, yet it is cool. They want to look like the world. Well, I do a little of that, but I try to keep it, especially when I'm doing my Bible study thing, I try to keep it low key. But I do a little of that stuff. Mostly because I'm trying to learn how to do all that stuff, so I need to exercise and work on it. But I agree with you there. Try to keep it simple. I agree with Dana, says Fox Man. Or they sell their soul. Well, you're in no danger of that. I'm not selling my soul because I don't own it. It's not mine to sell. But I am going to try to make this into a living. That's the whole reason I'm here, and that's why I put my effort into it. But the one thing I want you to be completely okay with is this. I will never tell you something that I don't think is true. I will never lie to you. I will never take advantage of you. And I will always be upfront and transparent with you, regardless of what I do to make money. So you don't have to worry about that with me. But I do need to make a living. I mean, I have a house to run. I have a family to take care of. So I got to make a living. But I don't have to make a killing, and I'm not trying to. So if you ever see me endorse a product or something like that, know that that's part of my job. And also know that I'm not going to pick a product that I don't believe in to endorse. Because if I were going to do that, I'd be selling Untethered Live engraved Bibles. And as some people in this chat can attest to you, I'll give you one if you need one. I'm not trying to make money on God. I do the God thing because that's where my expertise is. That's what I know. So I do that because I feel like I'm supposed to. But I have never charged a dime for that, and nor will I ever. That being said, if you would like to support me, you certainly can in whatever way you see fit to do so. I will never put a $sign on that. The membership thing, that's not my doing, that's YouTube's doing. It's just an option I have available, so I used it. But I didn't pick the number, so to speak. I'll never put a $sign on anything I do for you. It'll always be free. But if you want to make sure I keep doing it, help out if you can. And it ain't all got to be money. I mean, you can help out with spreading the word. You can help out with helping me write jokes. You can help out with, keeping the chat clean. There's a lot of things that could be done around here. And if you wish to help, you can take one of those positions. But what I do is for the good of mankind. And so I'll keep doing it that way. And hopefully I can turn that into a living. We'll see. It remains to be seen. But I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and I'm not selling my soul, so you don't have to worry about that. But thank you for being concerned about it. And I'll keep the sound effects to a minimum. But I kind of like my stars. It's subtle, but attractive, I think. Jake, you have excellent social skills. You communicate with your audience, which is great. Majority of the others fail to do what you do. Your channel is unique because of this alone. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just being me, and I hope that that's enough. But I appreciate the compliment, and I do take that to heart. It means a lot. Thank you for saying so. Well, we just skitzed out there for a minute. My favorite background looks good on you. This is your favorite background? Well, you hadn't even seen all of them yet. I've got the light set up for this one, so it probably skits out if I try something else, but let's see. Black. Campfire. Some of these are not in the position they should be in. I like that one kind of. What do you think about that one? You think you might have? Oh, no. I can get real freaky on you. How about that one? Have you seen that one? You know what's happening there, don't you? 10 points if you can guess what that painting is about. Amanda says, I absolutely agree, Dana. Dana says, I like the background with the campfire. Me too. I like the other blue one. The blue one. The blue one. The blue one. That one? Christ Rising? Nope, that was Jacob's Ladder. That's the blue one you like? I kind of like that one too. It's wispy. All right. I've had enough for one night. I love you guys. From the bottom of my heart, I love you true. I do. Have a great night. God bless each and every one of you. May his love abound in your lives, and may his light shine in front of you everywhere you step. Have a great night. Rachel says, I hope you feel better, Jake. Don't think too much. Drink some whiskey and take it easy. I'm with you. And the red hallway. Ooh, the red hallway. Really, I got to go to sleep. Stop it. There you go. Red hallway. What's going on around the corner there? Don't lose sleep over this, right? I'm losing sleep now. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you on Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Be nice to somebody tomorrow. You can do it. I have faith in you. And Dana, knock 'em dead this next Wednesday. Show 'em who a real orator is. You are. You got it. You got this. And if you get video, I want to see it. Thanks for watching.